Good morning, friends, and welcome to the Proverbs 31 Ministries morning show. My name is Macie Moseley, and this is my friend and co-host, Nicole Moses.
Hi, everyone. We're so glad that you're tuning in with us today for the March episode of the Proverbs 31 morning show.
Yay!
Whether this is your first time watching or you watch every month with us, we're so glad that you're here.
That's exactly right. The morning show is a place for us to come as we are, wherever we are, to connect with friends, be encouraged by God's word, and have fun along the way.
Yes, before we get started today, we would love to know how you all are doing. So take a minute, tell us in the comments how you're doing today on this Thursday. How's your Thursday going, Macie?
My Thursday is going well, Nicole.
Good.
Thanks for asking. My week has been good. I can't believe another work week is almost done. I like to think of Thursday as Friday Junior.
Yeah.
So happy Friday Junior to all of you watching. But my week's been good. Here in Charlotte, North Carolina, where we live, we have started to see the first signs of spring, which is very exciting. Some of flowers are blooming, the colors of trees are changing, and it's even been a little bit warmer. Not so much today, but it's been really nice to start to see, the signs of spring coming. But would love to know, for all of you tuning in, let us know in the comments, what is the weather like where you live? Is it starting to warm up? Is it rainy? Is it still chilly? Does it feel like spring yet? We want to know what it's like where you live. But how's your week been, Nicole?
It's been good. I'm so glad to be here. It's been a good week, even though it's a little stormy today in Charlotte. I feel like it's just a good day. I'm happy to be here.
I'm so glad.
Yes. Well, I saw Tanya said it's a beautiful day. I'm so glad. 63 yesterday, Holly. Wow, that's great.
That's nice.
It's been warm but cold today. Yeah, that's kind of how Charlotte has been too. A little bit warm, but it's a little bit chilly lately. Well, we like to start each morning show off with some headlines from around the ministry so you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening at Proverbs 31.
Yes. Last week, we had an Instagram live room with Joel Muddamalle and Lisa Turkers where they answered the question, how do we find Jesus in the Old Testament? It was so fun, it was so educational, and there was even a surprise guest appearance by Lisa Turker's new puppy, Gibby.
Yes.
So if you missed that or you just want to go rewatch it, you can find that on the Proverbs 31 Ministries Instagram page, saved as an IGTV. So check that out.
Yes, it was so good. I feel like there was just so much wisdom, it was just full of so much wisdom.
It was really good.
I definitely recommend going back and watching it. We are also in week 4 of our study on Philippians, and you guys can stay up to date with that by following @First5App on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter.
That's right. I don't know if all of you tuning in knew this, but here at Proverbs 31 Ministries, we have a part of our website that is a library full of free resources that can encourage you in any season that you may find yourself in. And we actually released a new resource this week by Lisa Turkers. It's called Where Do I Go From Here? 6 Ways to Start Healing Even When You're Still Hurting. And it is such a valuable resource and tool to help you or a friend or a family member in whatever season of hurt or heartbreak they may find themselves in. We are going to drop a link to that in the comments, but like I said, it's completely free, and I think that it would be such a helpful resource to enjoy for yourself or share with a friend.
Yes, and speaking of Lisa, man, I feel like it's such a bummer when something you're so looking forward to, you're so excited about, has to take a little bit of a rain check. And so we promoted Lisa was going to be our special guest today on today's morning show, but we had a little bit of a change of plans, and she will actually be joining us a little bit later this summer. So we will still get to hear from her, but we just got a little bit of anticipation that gets to build up.
We just look forward to a special treat later this summer.
Exactly. So we're very much looking forward to that. But today we will have a member of Lisa's team join us instead. Her name is Shae Tate. She's been on the Proverbs 31 podcast. She's been on some Facebook Lives. And so we're so excited to have her with us today. She is Lisa's special project content manager, and she's going to share with us a little bit about what her and her team have been working on.
Yeah, that's right. If you know Shae Tate, you love her. So
Yes.
we are super excited to have her join us, and she's going to come on in just a minute. But before she does, I know that one of the things she's going to share with us today is about a project that Lisa and her team have been working on. It's a new devotional that releases later this month by Lisa Turkhurst called Seeing Beautiful Again. But before Shae comes on to share with us about Seeing Beautiful Again, we have this short video that's a message from Lisa about Seeing Beautiful Again. So go ahead, take a minute and watch this.
When unexpected hurt shatters the way we thought our life would be today, we can easily start to become guarded with others and skeptical of God. I understand. You see, in the middle of the pain you didn't cause, the change you didn't want, or even the reality you didn't know was coming, your life can still be beautiful. It's not about mustering up enough courage to make something better, or even overriding your feelings to pretend you're fine when you're really crying yourself to sleep. Seeing beautiful again is about opening your eyes to the breathtaking goodness already in front of you that no one else can taint, steal, or blur from your vision. Through the 50 devotions, scriptures, prayer prompts, and even notes from my own journal, inside my new devotional, Seeing Beautiful Again, I'll personally share how I survived my own season of heartbreak while inviting you to hope again.
Welcome to the Proverbs 31 Ministries Morning Show, Shae. We are so glad you're here with us today.
Thanks so much, guys. And hey, everybody, if I haven't met you before, my name is Shae. It's so great to tune in with you guys this morning and spend some time with y'all, Macie and Nicole. I can't think of a better way to start out this Thursday morning.
Me either.
Yes.
What a treat.
Well, before we start our Q&A with you today, Shae, I would love for you to tell our friends a little bit about yourself and what you do at Proverbs 31.
Yeah, thanks. So like someone said earlier, I think Nicole said, I'm the Special Projects Content Manager on Lisa Turkhurst's team within Proverbs 31 Ministries. And so within the ministry, I get to work on things like devotions, blogs, anything that's Lisa's content that may be reused or maximized for something else, which is a lot of fun. I also get to work within some of our donor department events or even special events when we used to travel or things like that. That was a lot of fun. And then outside of the ministry, I get to work on book projects, partnering with Lisa's publisher as we work on trade books and devotionals and all sorts of things like that. And so I just celebrated my 4-year anniversary at Proverbs. I can't believe it, but I love my job so much and love all the things that I get to be a part of and more importantly, who I get to do it with. So thanks for having me today, guys.
We're so glad Shae's here. Shae really does do it all, if you couldn't tell from what she just shared. She is very impressive, very wise, and also just so much fun. So we're so excited to have her here today. Okay, Shae, we have a few questions for you.
Yeah.
I want to know, what have you and the rest of Lisa's team been working on recently?
Yeah, so I'll tell you guys a little bit about where we've been and then some sneak previews. Since I'm here hanging out with you guys today, you guys at home get the sneak preview for what's coming up. So over the last couple of months, in November at the end of 2020, we celebrated the release of Lisa's newest trade book called Forgiving What You Can't Forget. And then we kicked off the beginning of this year in January doing the Forgiving What You Can't Forget online Bible study. So if you did the Forgiving What You Can't Forget online Bible study within Proverbs 31 Ministries, or if you're just in the middle of the book, or maybe you have already read it or purchased it for a friend, I'd love to see in the comments what you're loving about it. That book is so special. And then we're currently getting ready to celebrate the release of Seeing Beautiful Again, which Macie mentioned and you heard Lisa talk about in that short video. And I actually have it right here. Let's see if I can turn it around for our friends. But it's
so
such
pretty,
a beautiful
so
book.
pretty.
Yeah, so this devotional releases at the end of this month. And then looking ahead a little bit further to next year, the IG Live that you guys mentioned that Joel and Lisa talked on last week was around this topic of looking for Jesus in the Old Testament. And that is actually the topic of a Bible study that we're working on. So many projects always at one time, but that's what we've been up to more recently.
Yeah, some insider knowledge. Heard it here
Yeah,
first,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, Shae, I know Lisa shared with our audience the release of her new devotional, Seeing
Yes.
Beautiful Again. And I know you were one of the team members that worked really closely on that project. So I would love to ask you a few questions.
Okay. Yeah.
The first one, I'd love to know the title, Seeing Beautiful Again. Could you give us a little bit of the backstory on where that title came from?
Yeah, that's such a good question. So, Seeing Beautiful Again has been a phrase within our team for a while. It was on this long list of working titles or potential titles, you could say, for actually forgiving what you can't forget. Whenever you're in the process of writing, we as a team always come together and brainstorm potential titles and subtitles, and Seeing Beautiful Again was actually one of those for the forgiveness book. But we reached a place in the project where we realized it didn't suit that book the best. But I just remember all of us keeping that phrase, Seeing Beautiful Again, back tucked into our minds. And so the word beautiful right in the middle of the title came from Lisa's word that she chose for, I want to say it was 2019. I don't know if you guys at home ever choose a verse for the year or a word for the year or something like that, but for 2019, Lisa's word of the year was beautiful. She just wanted to be really intentional about seeing beautiful, cultivating beauty, experiencing it, and that colored so much of our world for that year, but also this year. And so not only is the title something beautiful, but this book is so beautiful. It's a hardback linen cover book. It's 50 devotions to find redemption in every part of your story. And you may be saying, Shae, this sounds so great. I would love to get my hands on the copy of this book today. And the good news is when you pre-order this book today, you can do that through the Proverbs 31 bookstore. You'll get the first 5 devotions right away. So you would get the first 5 devotions. There's 50 in this entire book. So you could space that out for your quiet time over the next couple of weeks until it actually releases. And that would be such a good way to get your hands on this project even before it releases.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That's awesome. I love hearing just the intentionality that went into the title of that book. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know, when you picture who you would give this devotion to, who do you see?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think whenever I picture the reader of Seeing Beautiful Again, I see a few different kinds of friends, but I definitely picture someone that maybe is in a rut with their time with the Lord. I know sometimes, especially when you're walking through a hard season, it can be really hard to find the motivation to spend guided time with God each day. And that's why I love this devotional book, because every single day you're going to get a title with a verse, and then that verse is usually within a passage of scripture that's going to be fleshed out through the body of the devotional. And then at the very end of the devotional, there's actually a closing prayer. So you can say that over yourself or out loud to the Lord. And so it just really gives you a really great formula for how to spend time with God. And I know for me personally, sometimes if I'm not intentional about how I'm going to spend time with God, I can show up for it and have the best intentions, but then I can feel misguided. So after that, I would say the person that I picture is maybe a mom that is in the hustle and bustle of young kids, and mornings are really stressful. And so I would say this would be a great book for her, or maybe even a woman that has started going back into the office after a year of working from home, and she doesn't get the hours that she used to be able to open up her Bible and spend time with the Lord. So devotions are such a great way to feel like you're really learning more about Scripture, you're getting guided time with God, a word of encouragement and prayer, but in a bite-sized guided time way.
I love that. It
Yeah.
sounds like this book, this devotional book, would also be a great gift
Yes,
to give to
I
a
think
friend.
so for sure.
Whether it's a friend who's struggling or a friend who's in a particularly hard season of life.
Yeah.
And for all of you tuning in, if you hear that and you feel like that's you right now, that you are in a season of heartbreak or a season that just feels really hard and like it will maybe never end, we want to spend time this morning encouraging you right where you are. And we want to help show you how you can see beautiful in your life today. So we're going to spend a few minutes, just the three of us, kind of sharing from our hearts a little bit of encouragement for each of you. So Shae, I would love to hear what you would share with our audience if someone's viewing today and is going through a tough season.
Yeah, that's such a good question. I'm so glad that we're doing this, because it would feel like these are some encouragements that we would give you if we were sitting over coffee today in person and you were telling us what was on your heart. And so I know that you're probably bringing a lot of different emotions and complexities and relational dynamics and just all the complicated things that life can bring. And so whatever you woke up to today, I just want to look in the camera and tell you that whatever you see today is not the full story, that where God is, good is being worked out, and we can trust the process in that. And I know how hard it is to find yourself in circumstances that have not changed over a long period of time, or maybe you're looking forward to something, but where you find yourself right now feels like you wish you could just fast forward, and it can feel really easy to get discouraged in that. And so I would just say, friend, wherever God is, and we know that He is everywhere, He's with us always, He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Good is being worked out. Wherever God is, there's more being worked out behind the scenes than what you see right now. And so today is not the full story. There is still good in process for you. So don't give up hope. I know that it can feel like today is the defining line, but there's so much more that God wants to do through you and your story. And so I hope that encourages you today.
That's good. I think that kind of going off of what Shae just shared, I think that the cool thing about seeing beautiful again and about this message that Lisa has to share is that seeing beautiful is a choice. And as followers of Jesus, we have the ability to see beautiful and to see God's goodness and His faithfulness in the ways that He's working, even in the midst of things that don't look or feel beautiful at all. So whether it's, a few minutes of sunshine in the midst of a really cloudy day, or a sweet compliment or note from a friend in the middle of a really hectic and hard week. Or it could be something as small as just having a really good cup of coffee after a morning that has been crazy and chaotic, that we have the ability to look and choose to see things that are beautiful and good, that are from the Lord in our life. So I would encourage you with that today to kind of look, examine your life, examine the things that you have experienced today and this week, and to try and see where you can find beautiful in the midst of those circumstances. What do you think, Nicole?
Yeah, I think I would say if you're struggling today, if you're struggling to just stay afloat, I would just remind you that God is with you. Whatever you're walking through, you're not walking through it alone. God is with you, right next to you, walking through that hard time, this impossible season that you're facing. Actually, last night I was with my community group and we were just talking about the life of Moses and just how he kept giving God excuses of why he couldn't do this calling that God gave him. But God promises him, I will be with you. I will equip you. I will give you the words you need. And so I would just love to remind you with that today that God promises us that He is with us and that He will equip us to face whatever we are facing today. So if you face something hard today, or it just feels like this season is never going to end, I just encourage you to speak that promise over yourself and over your situation, that God will give you what you need and that He is right there next to you.
Wow, that is so good. I love what both of you shared, and I personally feel encouraged hearing that. And so I hope for you viewing that maybe touched your heart, or was it just what you needed to hear from the Lord today, and that you feel encouraged. I know that we talked a little bit about looking for beauty as a choice, so I would love to know, Shae, how do you feel like you are seeing beautiful and looking for beautiful in your current season right now?
Yeah, that's so good. I think before I talk about how I'm seeing beautiful or beauty right now, I love that you said the word choice, and I think that's something that I'm learning just as this devotional is releasing soon, and we've kind of, as a team, have been sitting with this message for a while. I've just realized how much of seeing beautiful is really wrapped up in an intentionality of what you're looking for. So it's not that everything in your life is perfect, or that your circumstances have changed, or that everything around you is peaceful. You can see beautiful without being on a beach by yourself experiencing that, like that would be so easy to feel like you can see beautiful in such a serene and calming environment. But seeing beautiful is a perspective that you can apply today. And the only thing that is required of you to apply it is that intentionality. So I think for me, I've really tried to pay attention to what I'm paying attention attention to and the intentionality wrapped up in that. And so more recently, I have been putting in a rhythm in my schedule where I'm working out in the mornings. And it's been challenging because I wouldn't say I'm naturally a morning person, but it really is so cool that when you start applying something in your everyday life, you start to experience joy in it, and even in something that you maybe wouldn't normally enjoy. And so I have a friend that meets me at the gym every morning, and we tell each other when we're on the way, so there's accountability in that. And I feel like I'm just seeing beautiful in that, and in that rhythm of just caring for myself in that way, moving my body early in the morning, and it's been really, really fun.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that,
Yeah.
Shae. I think one thing that Lisa has really taught all of us at Proverbs 31 through the process of releasing and working on this devotional is that looking for beauty really is an intentional thing that we do. So we thought it would be a fun idea for us to put this in practice together today with all of you tuning in and with us on set here at the morning show in a lighthearted way. And so we're going to play a little game. I think you guys will like it. It's supposed to be really fun. We're calling it Beauty This or That, and this is how it's going to work. We are going to have two options of things that are beautiful, and they're going to pop up on the screen for all of you so you can see them and be a part. And the three of us are going to choose which of the two options we think is beautiful. And all of you get to participate as well by leaving a comment and letting us know. So I think it'll be really fun. You guys ready?
Yes, so
Yes,
excited.
Okay,
excited.
yay! Beauty this or that. Our first choice we have to make is this: red roses or white roses. Shae, why don't you start?
Well, as you can tell, probably my outfit is very neutral. I'm more gravitated towards neutral colors, and so I would say white roses for me for this one.
I think I would say white roses too. I love neutrals.
Me too.
I am going to switch things up and say red roses. I am more traditional, love all flowers. If you buy me flowers, I'll be happy no matter what color they are, but I'm going to go with the red roses.
Love that.
Fun. Okay, sunrise or sunset?
Okay, so sometimes I think a sunset is the best greeting to the end of a day because it means that you made it. And I love that. But I also think, like I said earlier, I've been waking up earlier in the morning, sometimes well before the sun rises. And so a sunrise, I think, is what I would choose for this one, just because I may not always be in a season where I'm waking up early enough to see it. So right now, I'll choose this one.
Love it.
Yeah, I love sunrises, but I don't often get to see them.
Yeah.
I'm not awake early enough. So I'll say sunsets because that's usually what
Love
I'm
that.
looking at.
I'm looking at the comments, and there are a lot. I mean, there's both, but there are a lot of sunrise. I think you guys
Oh.
are morning people.
Lots of morning birds
yeah,
over
lots
there.
of early risers. I'm like Nicole. I love sunrises, but I'm very, very rarely awake for them. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go with sunset. Okay, next one.
Uh-huh.
Diamonds or pearls?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, with jewelry, I guess you could never really go wrong.
True.
Yes.
But for this one, I'm going to say diamonds.
I gotta agree with you, Shae. I think diamonds.
Yeah, I'm going to round it out and say diamonds too. But again, either one I would like.
It's all beautiful.
Yeah, it's all beautiful. Okay, this is a tough one. Mountains or ocean?
Oh, this is a good one. I'm excited to see where people land with this one because I think so many different, this one's always like 50-50. But for me, I grew up close to the beach and we would always go as a family every summer. So I'm going to say ocean just because I love the sunshine and it definitely sounds fun. Like today when we have so much rain, but also just a fun tradition that my family has.
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely depends on the season for
Yeah.
me. But right now I'm definitely craving some warm weather, so I'm going to say ocean.
We are really fortunate where we live. We are pretty much halfway in between the mountains and the ocean. So I really could go either way, but I will also say ocean. But I like both. Okay, girls' night in or girls' night out?
Ooh, this is good. I mean, you can't really go wrong with either of these options, but I'm going to say girls' night out. I think it's fun to go grab your group of friends, go to maybe that new restaurant that just opened, or maybe you even have a usual spot that you like to go to. And I think it's a good way to get out of your house, especially if you've been working from home like me, and turn off your computer and just get out a little bit. A change of scenery always helps me.
Yeah, definitely. I am a little bit of a homebody, so I think girls' night in for me would be my choice.
Nicole and I have a lot of similar answers.
Yes.
I'm also going to say girls' night in, but any night with girlfriends is a fun night no matter what. Okay, Here's another good one.
Okay.
Coffee at home or coffee out?
Okay, so normally I would have said coffee out. However, I just got a new little coffee machine that I love, and it makes me feel like I'm getting coffee out, but at home. So for this one, I'm going to say coffee at home.
I would say coffee out. I love eating out, getting treats out. I know Macie is the same way. And so I choose coffee out. It just tastes a little better when someone makes it for you.
That's true, when you're not putting in the
Yeah.
work. I also am going to say coffee out, but in full transparency, I have had both coffee in and coffee out today. I had coffee in when I was getting ready this morning, and then on my way over here to do the morning show, I conspired with Nicole and got coffee out. So if my husband's watching this, I'm sorry.
That's funny.
But I like both. Okay, digital planner or paper planner?
Ooh, this is another one like mountains or ocean where I feel like it could be 50-50. But for me, I'm digital planner all the way for sure. I love having my computer and my phone all connected and being able to add things quickly or edit things quickly. And I feel like I always have my phone on me so I can make a change to my calendar quicker.
That's so true. I think I would probably choose paper planner. I think for me, there's something about feeling the pages, physically writing it down. I think it helps stick in my mind a little bit better. So I'm going with paper planner.
I'm paper planner too, and I'm really picky. I have to use specific pens in my paper planner, and a lot of people like pencils so they can erase, but I'm just like, it's in pen, it's happening. If not, I'll get some whiteout or something and figure it out. But I am also paper.
I think you actually got me onto some new pens at
Yes.
one point in time.
Pens
You-
are important.
They
Pens
are
are
really
very
important.
important.
They can really
Yes.
change.
Passionate about
I know.
pens.
Yeah.
We are very passionate about pens. If you have any good pen recommendations,
We'd love to
let
see
us
them.
know. We're always looking for good ones.
That's awesome.
For our journal, planner, Bible,
That's
all of
great.
the above. Okay, last this or that. This one is a classic. Puppies or kittens?
Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely more of a dog person, so I'm going to say puppies.
Puppies for sure.
I'm puppies too. I have a dog at home, so I am puppies all the way, but kittens are also very cute, and you can't go wrong with
true.
whatever furry
Yes.
friend you choose.
That's true.
Definitely. Wow, that was so much fun. I hope you all had fun too. We're so thankful that you joined in. It was so fun reading all of your responses. Lots of puppies, I see. Well, we do have a fun giveaway planned, but before we do that, we are going to share what's coming up in Proverbs 31.
That's right. March 29th kicks off Foundation Week for our next First 5 study on the book of Exodus. You have plenty of time to sign up and join us for that. We're going to leave a link in the comments where you'll find all the details, so we would love to have you join us for that study.
We also start our next online Bible study on April 12th, and we'll be walking through Nikki Koziar's new book, Flooded, the 5 best decisions to make when life is hard and doubt is rising. So we will drop the link for that in the comments as well.
And April 15th, we will be back here again on Facebook Live for another episode of the Proverbs 31 Ministries Morning Show with special guest Ashley Jackson. Ashley is a blogger and Christian influencer, and she also serves as a member of the Compel team here at Proverbs 31. So we are super excited to have her join us as our guest next month.
Yes, I can't wait. We love Ashley. Well, earlier we mentioned Lisa Turker's new devotional, Seeing Beautiful Again, that releases on March 30th. And we're so excited about the release of her new devotional that we want to give you guys the chance to win a copy.
Ooh.
All you have to do to be entered to win is join our Proverbs 31 Morning Show Facebook group. And we'll put the link to join that Facebook group in the comments, and we'll share all the details in the giveaway in that group.
Wow, so fun. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining us today for the March episode of the Proverbs 31 Morning Show. And special thank you to you, Shae. It has been so fun chatting with you. So we hope that you all leave today feeling encouraged and ready to take on the rest of your Thursday. We will see you back here next month. Bye, everyone.